I'm just going to read the waiver and then we'll go ahead and get started. In order to make these classes as freely accessible to our participants as possible, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in yoga class or class involves lying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice and care as needed. William Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination, follow the healthcare advice of your provider before participating. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started seated on our mat in any comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged or on your knees, really however is comfortable to you. Just sitting up nice and tall wherever you are, rolling those shoulders back. You can have your hands with your palms up or palms down. Traditionally, if your palms are down, it's more grounding, and if your palms are up, it's more energizing. So you can pick which one you would like. You can close your eyes here. Imagine there's a string going from the top of your head, pulling you up towards the ceiling. Just noticing your breath here, not changing it yet, just noticing. Notice if your inhales or exhales are longer. Then trying to bring that breath further down into your diaphragm. So kind of down towards your belly a little bit instead of your shoulders. Expanding 360 degrees on your inhales and contracting on your exhales. Feel how breathing from your diaphragm starts to engage your core. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, breath out. And bring your right ear over to your right shoulder. You can open your eyes if you want, or you can keep them closed. Coming back up to center, bring that left ear to your left shoulder. Trying to keep your shoulders back. Good, coming up to center and then looking down towards your lap. And then up towards the ceiling. Good, and then down towards your lap one more time. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. Coming back to center, look over your right shoulder. Come back to center, look over your left shoulder. Coming back to center, taking some wrist circles. And go the other way. Making those tiny fists and then extending your hands wide. Keep going like that, kind of fast. This helps strengthen the tendon that goes down your forearms, which helps prevent wrist injuries. Then start bringing your thumb inside of your fist and do the same thing. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Maybe shake out your wrists a little bit. Good, and then taking some shoulder rolls towards the front of the room. And then reverse that direction, go towards the back. Then inhale your arms out and up, tipping over towards the right, stretching out your side body here. Trying to keep both hips on the ground. And coming back up to center, tip over towards the left. Maybe try extending that top arm, shooting energy out of your fingertips. Then coming up to center and fold down over your cross legs, moving from side to side, just releasing your hips here. Coming back up to center and then bringing your legs wide on your mat, sitting up nice and tall, and then gently walking forward towards the middle, Stretching like this before you've warmed up your muscles helps stretch the connective tissue, which is called your fascia, and it can increase flexibility because most people only stretch their muscles, but it's really important to stretch your connective tissue as well as your muscles. So you just have to be really careful when you're doing it that you're not going too far, because then you're going to pull a muscle. Walking over towards the right, stretching down towards that right foot. Walking back through center and over towards the left. Walking back to center and then walking back up to your seat. Leave your right leg where it is and bring your left leg in, sitting up nice and tall, and then fold down towards the center again. And then walking over towards that right leg. Coming back up and placing that left hand behind you with your fingertips facing away from your body. Then press up to a back bend, pressing those hips forward, coming up onto your knee. Good, coming back down to the ground, folding over that right leg. Good, inhale up, exhale back bend. Inhale, sitting down, exhale, folding. One more time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, sit down, and exhale, fold. Coming back up to center and switching sides, stretching down to the middle first. Keep flexing that left foot, then walking over towards the left foot. And coming back up to center, placing that right hand behind you this time, coming into that back bend. Coming back to center, fold down over your leg. Inhale up, exhale back bend. Inhale, sit down, and exhale, fold. Last time, inhale up, and exhale into your back bend. Sitting back down, folding back over that leg one last time. Coming back up to center, just crossing your legs, then clasp your fingertips behind your back, rolling your shoulder blades together, just opening up your collarbones here. You can move your head from side to side while you're doing this. And then switch which thumb is on top so your fingers are interlaced the opposite way. This helps reverse the kind of hunching we do when we sit at our desks on Zoom. And releasing that, coming forward to a tabletop with your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. When you look through your thighs, you shouldn't be able to see your feet because they're right behind you. And then really engaging that core, start to drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, coming into cow. And exhale into cat, looking towards your thighs, rounding your spine. Good, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to that neutral spine, start to tuck your toes under and press back to downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet here, moving however feels comfortable to you. And inhaling up onto your tippy toes, and exhale your heels down. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale. Last time, inhale up, and exhale back down. Looking forward towards your hands, start to walk your feet up to a forward fold at the top of your mat. You can bend your knees, grab onto opposite elbows. You can sway side to side. Maybe nod your head yes and no. Releasing any tension from your spine and your neck. Then start to release that bind. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And exhale, forward fold. One vertebrae at a time, coming up to standing. Your head is the last thing to come up. Inhaling your arms out and up when you get to the top. Bringing your hands to heart center and closing your eyes. Feeling your feet connected to the ground. Feeling that micro bend in your knees. Your core is engaged. Your shoulders are rolled back and down. Your face is relaxed. Notice the difference in your body between now and when we started class just a few minutes ago. And thank yourself for making this difference. Taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out. Open your eyes and inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, tipping over towards the right. Bring that right hand down to your right leg. Good, coming back up to center and then over towards the left. Bring your left hand down to your leg. Coming back up to center and back into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, stepping back to plank, holding here. Feeling nice and strong, pressing up and out of those hands, pressing especially into your pointer finger and your thumb. You can always come down onto your knees if you would like to. We're going to hold here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come down onto your knees if they aren't there already. And then with your elbows hugging in towards your body, lower your body all the way down to the ground. Good. Inhale, baby cobra. Just lift your chest off the ground. And exhale, lower down. Inhaling up to cobra. Still a little bend in your elbows, but you're pressing up higher this time. And exhale, lower down. This time, come up to upward facing dog or cobra if upward facing dog doesn't float your boat right now. And exhale back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, coming down to a tabletop, and we're going to lie down on either side, starting to work our inner and outer thighs. So you're going to bend that bottom leg, and then that top leg is going to extend straight out. Start to lift it up and lower it down. Good. Inhale up and exhale lower. Keep going at your own pace, trying to make sure your hips stay like right on top of each other so that when you lift your leg, you're not going to the back or the front. Let's take 3 more of these. Last 2. Last one, hold at the top and pulse that leg higher. You should feel this on your outer thigh and in that side hip area of your right leg, or your left leg if you're on the other side. We're going to do both, so it doesn't really matter which side you're on right now. You can also always lie down on your arm if your wrist starts to hurt. Keep pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your legs together. Bend both your knees. And then start to lift that top leg completely parallel to your bottom leg. And then lower it back down. So it's like clamshells, but your feet don't stay together. Your entire leg lifts up in that parallel line. Really engaging that side booty here. Let's take 3 more of these. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, bring it back down. We're going to start doing those same exact things. So lift it up, but this time kick your foot up a little bit behind you and bring your leg back to parallel, legs back together. So you're going to lift your leg up, flick your foot up, bring it back down, bring your leg back down. This engages that outer hip just a little bit extra at the top. So it's a good variation to add at the end of doing these. I hope all your butts are on fire right now, because mine definitely is. Really engaging your core to help lift that leg up as well. Let's do 4 more here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, bring your legs back down, taking a little break for a second. And then stepping that top foot in front of you, you can hold onto your foot if you would like to. Really extending that bottom leg, either pointing or flexing your foot, and you can switch in between both of those. Start to lift your leg up and lower it down. Good, lift it up and lower. Really isolating your inner thigh here. Remembering any variations with your arms that you want, you can lie down on that arm. Trying to keep that leg nice and long, really extending through your knee. Let's take 4 more. Last 2. Last 1, hold at the top and pulse that leg higher. Really focusing on that mind-muscle connection to help get better results. There's so many ants and I keep killing them. So if I look like a crazy person just smacking the ground, that's what I'm doing. Keep pulsing for 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg up and draw tiny little circles with that right foot or left foot. Imagine there's like a crayon on your big toe and look at the wall and really see that that circle would be a complete circle. So you're not cutting off, especially the top of your circle. Then switch directions, doing those circles in the other way. We have 1 more little exercise on this leg, and then you can relax and bring it down. Good. Keep going for 3, 2, 1, and then pulse that leg up and down 1 more time, and then we're releasing and switching sides. So you definitely got it. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift it higher, 3, 2, 1. Release that leg down, straight into the other side. We don't need a break. If you do need a break, feel free to take one. Bending that bottom leg, extending your top leg out, lifting it up and lower it down. Really engaging that core. Feel your obliques engage when you lift that leg up. You can kind of put your hand on them if you want. Again, making sure your hips are stacked and not moving too much when you lift that leg up. Keep lifting for 3, 2, and 1. Good, bringing those knees together, both legs bent. Start to lift that top leg up completely parallel to your bottom leg, then bring your knees back together. Good, lift it up and lower it down. Make sure you keep breathing here. This is so good for strengthening your glute muscles and your hips, which are some of the most essential muscles in your body because they kind of like control all your movements. That along with your core. Maybe your core is more essential. We'll get to that in a little bit. Keep lifting for 3, 2, the last 1. Tiny little break. And then going into that same exact thing, but this time when you get to the top, flick that foot up, bring it back down, and then bring your leg back down. Good. Leg up, foot down, leg down. This tiny little variation in movement can really add a lot, really burn out your muscles. Keep going for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good, releasing that leg down and then stepping it in front of you, maybe holding onto your foot if you would like, extending that bottom leg nice and long, and then start to lift it up and lower down, moving from your outer hips now into your inner thighs. Making sure that leg is nice and strong here. Last one, pause at the top and pulse that leg higher. You are doing great. We're almost done with this leg, and then we did our leg section. Keep going for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold at the top, and then circle that leg towards the front of the room, making that nice complete circle. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then reverse the direction of your circles. This is another exercise where you can really feel your abs engaging to lift that leg up. It's pretty hard to make your leg make that circle motion, so your abs are engaging as well. Keep going for 3, 2, 1. Pulse that leg one more time, and then we're done. You definitely got it. Keep going, keep breathing. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Relax down, sitting up, bringing your legs back to that wide stance on your mat, sitting up nice and tall, and then folding down over your legs. You can come down onto your forearms if you would like. Really flexing your feet and making sure that your feet are going back towards the back of the room instead of caving in towards the front of the room. You really want to protect those knees. Walking your hands back up, bringing your feet together for a butterfly. Bring your feet as close in towards you as you can, your knees wide, sitting up nice and tall, staying here or folding down over your legs, stretching out those inner thighs that we were just working. Walking your hands back up to center, extending that left leg out, hugging your right knee into your chest, stretching out that outer hip, and then twisting towards the right, so towards your leg, bringing that left arm across your right leg. Switching sides, that right leg extends, your left leg bends in, hugging it in, sitting up nice and tall, flexing that right foot. And then twisting towards the left. Coming back to center, releasing that. Coming back into your tabletop. Taking 2 rounds of cat-cow at your own pace. Loosening up your spine, releasing any accumulated tension. Then we're going to come into a forearm plank. You can do this on your knees or on your toes. I'll stay on my knees for now, so you can join me there if you would like to. We're just going to hold here, making sure our core is pulled up and in. Your belly button is going like towards your spine and then also up towards your face. Pressing into your hands so all the weight isn't going into your elbows. Then put your butt up a little bit so you're not in one straight line and start to do some hip dips. So you're going to dip that hip down to the ground, bring it back up to center, and then go to the other side. It's important for your back that your hips are a little higher than the rest of your body in that line in your plank, because it prevents you from tweaking your back when you go side to side. These are really good for your obliques, which are your side abs. Let's take 2 more to each side. Last one. Then coming back up to a tabletop, pausing for just a second, getting that nice good form with your fingers spread wide, pressing especially into your pointer finger and your thumb. Then coming into a high plank. Again, your knees can be down if you would like to. And you're going to start to bring your right leg in slowly, then back out, your left leg in and back out. So very slow mountain climbers, moving nice, slow and controlled here. This is also an arm workout at the same time. You can always go back to downward facing dog for a little break and then come back and rejoin. Make sure you keep breathing. We're going to do 3 more on each side. Last 2. Last 1. Then bringing those knees down. We're going to come down onto our right forearm, down onto our left forearm, up to our right hand, up to our left hand. Then we're going to do it on the second side. So left forearm, left hand, right hand. You're going to switch sides. Keep doing those plank up downs. You can also do this on your toes if you're feeling super strong. This is really working out your shoulders as well as your core. Let's do 1 more on each side down first. When you're done, just pausing for a second so everyone can catch up to where we are. Then we're going to come down to a side plank on our forearm. You can, either side is fine. You can stay on your knees. You can be on your feet. You can have just that bottom knee down. It's really up to you. Pressing your hips up towards the sky. Then we're going to start to crunch that hand underneath us, really engaging your abs. Opening that hand back up to the sky. So you're going to crunch it in and under. Open it up to the sky. Keep going like that. This is so good for actually all 3 of your ab muscle groups. Your rectus abdominis, the 6-pack abs that you can see. And then your obliques, which are your side abs, we talked about those. And then also for your transverse abdominis, which are abs you can't see, but are inside and make a lot of difference in how your abs look, but especially what function they serve. The stronger your transverse abdominis is, the easier fundamental life movements are. So they're very important. Let's do 2 more of these and then we're switching sides. Last one. Good, going straight to the other side. Remembering any of those leg variations, you don't have to do the same one you did on the other side, but you're welcome to. Pausing here for 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Then crunching that arm underneath you, opening back up to the sky. Keep going at your own pace. Making sure that your hips are pressed up towards the ceiling. Making sure that there's at least some weight in your hand that's on the ground, so it's not all in your elbow. Keep going for just a few more. You got it. After this, we're lying down. Last 4. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Good, and then lie down on your mat. We're going to continue our ab workout on the ground, but at least we're lying down. That's always exciting. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Exhale it all out. Engage that core, pull your belly button down to your spine. Bring your hands to your thighs, then crunch up, touch your knees, and then lower back down. Good, crunch up, exhale, touch, inhale, lower. Keep going like that for just a few more. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Good, stay up and come into some heel touches. So you're tapping your heels with your fingertips. These are also called penguins. Making sure that you're looking up towards the ceiling so your chin is separated from your chest. That helps protect your neck. Keep going for 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming back down to the ground. I like to look left and right, just releasing my neck after I've been holding it up for an ab exercise. It's always important to release any tension that has accumulated in your neck. Then coming back to center, bringing your legs to 90-degree angles, your arms just straight up from your shoulders, then extend opposite arm, opposite leg, coming back up to center, opposite side. Coming back up to center. Keep going with these dead bugs at your own pace, really making sure that your lower back is connected to the ground the whole time, especially when you come to that extension, making sure that it doesn't lift up off the ground. You are all doing such a good job. I can't see you, but no one's left, so that's great. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last one. Good, coming back to center. You can cross your ankles if that's more comfortable to you. We're gonna come into a reverse crunch, then extend your legs out in front of you. Good, so reverse crunch, knees back in, and then legs out. Keep going like that at your own pace. For that reverse crunch, trying to get your tailbone as much off the ground as you possibly can. And then when I extend my legs out in front of me, I like to not put them too low so that I'm not straining my lower back. They kind of go like a little higher, but you're welcome to go as low or as high as feels comfortable to you. This is really good for your lower abs. Let's do 2 more of these. Last one. And release those legs down. We have 1 more ab exercise on each side, but it's kind of more of a stretch. So extend that right leg out and then lift it up so you feel stretch in your hamstring, then lower it down to a hover. Good, inhale up and exhale lower. Again, really engaging your lower abs. This exercise is good because it works your lower abs without straining them. So that actually can produce better results. And also is a stretch at the same time. Keep lifting for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Switching sides, that left leg goes up, lower it down to a hover. Keep going at your own pace. Last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Hugging those knees into your chest, rocking side to side. That was a really hard ab workout. You guys did amazing. Bringing your hands onto your knees and taking your knees in little circles. This helps release your lower back. Switching directions of your circles. Then holding on behind your right thigh, extend that leg up towards the ceiling and extend your left leg out. Start to point and flex that foot. This helps get synovial fluid into your joint. Taking some ankle circles and going back the other way. And then hold on anywhere on your leg. You can hold on to your thigh, your calf, or your foot, and just kind of crunch up towards your leg, pulling your leg in towards you as far as you can. Releasing that leg out and switching sides, stretching that left leg up this time. Your right leg is extended, your foot is flexed. Start to point and flex your foot. Then taking some ankle circles. Then going back the other way. Then holding on anywhere on that leg, crunching up to your leg. Releasing that, bringing your feet down to the mat, knees up to the ceiling. Bring your arms out to a T, making sure that your feet stay hips width apart. Just windshield wiper your knees from side to side, very slowly. Next time your knees go towards the left, pause there. So your knees aren't together. You can put that left foot on top of your right knee to kind of press your knees down more gently if you would like to. And you can look over your right arm. Releasing that, come back up to center. Bring both knees over towards the right this time. And then maybe place that right foot on top of your left knee. I'm like scared to put my knees down because of the ant graveyard that's on the floor right now. You can gaze over that left arm. When you're ready, coming back up to center, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. And then crossing that right ankle over your left thigh, reaching through and grabbing onto your shin. Coming into reclined pigeon, making sure you're really flexing that right foot to protect your knee. Then releasing that and switching sides, crossing that left ankle over your right thigh, reaching through, grabbing onto your right leg, flexing that left foot. Then releasing that, bringing your feet together, knees wide, one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. Feeling your breath here. Then starting to place your hands on your thighs, pressing your hands into your thighs. Imagine you're pressing your lower body away from your upper body. This helps release tension in your vertebrae, especially your lower vertebrae, helps decompress them. And then releasing that, starting to extend your hands and feet out on your mat, taking up as much space as you would like. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale all your air out. Feeling your entire body completely relax here. Relaxing your face. Knowing that you don't have to think about or do anything here. All your hard work is done. Just relax in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen your breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching your arms over your head for one final full body stretch. Hugging your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Rolling over onto your right side. When you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat with your hands at heart center and your eyes closed. Thank you so much for coming and practicing with me today. The light in my heart honors and cherishes the light inside of each and every one of yours. Namaste. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you liked it. And I'm going to stop the recording now. So if any of you want to stay and talk to me, I would love to talk to you or answer any questions.